Hello and welcome to Share Spotlight. I'd like to welcome Gervaise Heddle. He's the CEO of Greatland Gold. Gervaise, welcome to Share Spotlight.
Well, thank you very much for having me today.
Just wanted to start perhaps with you give us a brief overview of Greatland Gold, its exploration assets in Australia and what your strategy you've got going forward for the business.
Absolutely. So Greatland Gold is an AIM-listed company. We've been listed since 2006. And we have 5 exploration properties in Australia. We've got 3 in Western Australia and 2 in Tasmania. And they are predominantly gold prospects. So 4 of our 5 projects, we have demonstrated gold mineralisation at those projects. And look, our strategy is we're an early stage exploration company, so our strategy is to keep advancing our own projects as judiciously as we can. And then also, we're also on the lookout for other external opportunities that we can bring into the company to add to our portfolio. And we have a positive sort of medium term to longer term view on precious metal prices, so our main focus is on the precious metal space.
Obviously you're quite active now prospecting. You've started on the Brahmas Project in southwestern Australia.
Yes.
Could you give some timelines as to the progress of that drilling campaign and when you like to sort of bring out some announcements on the results?
Absolutely. So drilling began there about a week and a half ago. Drilling should probably finish up there in the next 4 or 5 days as long as there's no problems there. So that's on schedule, and then we'll send the cores to the labs and wait for the assays, which should take about 4 weeks from the time they arrive at the labs.
And on the Ernest prospect, you finished drilling last year, I believe.
Yes.
What's your plans now for that, for the Ernest prospect?
Yeah, so Ernest Giles is a huge a greenstone belt that we control. It's about 1,000 square kilometres. It's virtually unexplored. We did some drilling there last year. We did an ambitious wide space drilling campaign on what we call the Meadows target. And that successfully identified 2 new large zones of gold mineralisation. So, quite exciting what we've found there. There's definitely something going on down there to have found these big anomalous zones. So what we're doing now is we're taking a step back and saying that we have a lot of targets on this belt. There's at least, probably half a dozen targets that we can identify across this large area. Let's do some cheaper survey work, some gravity work, and we're also doing some passive seismic work and using those techniques to get a better map of the belt, so we can then refine our drill targets for the next campaigns. And probably the next campaign we would do is at Empress, which is in the north there, where we've had very high gold and soil anomalies there historically. So we've got, there's a number of things we're doing there to advance that.
When do you think you'll start on that campaign? Would that be?
So that the gravity survey should start fairly soon. We're thinking probably within the next few weeks.
Oh, that's
yes,
so follow straight on for Brahmas almost.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, so our guys on the ground might get too much rest. Send them from one part of remote Australia to another part of remote Australia. It keeps them busy.
They love you.
Yes.
You raised some more money in February. I think at that time you said you had cash balance of £850,000, which was for exploration, but also possible acquisitions. Yes. Is the focus now on your exploration of existing assets, or are you making more acquisitions, do you think?
It's both. So we clearly want to drive forward our existing assets, particular Ernest Giles and Javier on sort of later in this year, which is an asset that we agreed to acquire at the end of last year. But we're also on the lookout for new acquisitions. So there's a number of things we're engaged in right at this moment, which obviously I can't talk about, but we're looking there. None of these acquisitions will probably use up a lot of cash. Like, we tend to use shares rather than cash where possible. But we are actively engaged with a number of parties on some very interesting opportunities.
So watch this space basically for that work. Michael McNally joined your board quite recently from Metal Tiger.
That's right.
Obviously you've got quite a close relationship with them. Do you envisage a closer relationship, maybe a joint venture or something, or do you think it's going to be just more of an investment opportunity for them and yourselves together?
Well, so the relationship with Metal Tiger is, I guess you could say it's threefold. First of all, Metal Tiger is one of our largest shareholders. They own 5% of Greatland. We also signed a memorandum of understanding with them last year to work together on potential joint ventures in Australia and Asia, specifically focused on precious metals and strategic base metals. And thirdly, we all sort of know each other and many of us are friends, and so we talk about different opportunities. We are actually looking at an opportunity at the moment in Australia. I can't say much more about it, but we're jointly in the early stages of looking at something there. And it's hopefully it's going to be a very productive relationship going forward as we look at different opportunities together.
Are you taking the lead on that as a business, Greatland Gold taking the lead on that?
Well, that was something that Metal Tiger sent us, and they said, look, here's something we've seen, what do you think? And we're going through the motions, both sides of, figuring out, well, is this something that we want to pursue? Yes.
And just finally, just perhaps to wrap up for any potential new shareholders, what do you think gives Greatland Gold a compelling argument to invest in?
Well, I think that first of all, there's going to be a bull market in the precious metals. I think the bottom was there in late 2015, early 2016. So the commodity space has turned, but particularly the precious metal space. We have what I think is a great portfolio of precious metal projects in terms of their geology and their potential to host mineralised systems. And then we're operating in a very safe jurisdiction, which is Australia. It's a place we know how to operate. No one's going to come in and steal your project off you, which does happen.
It happens in Africa a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I think we've got a great portfolio there. Plus, we've also got a great team that can evaluate projects, are sensible business people, and hopefully we can use shareholders' capital wisely to build value for shareholders, which is our ultimate aim.
Gervaise, thank you very much for coming today and talking about Greatland Gold.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks. If you'd like to find out more information about Greatland Gold, please go to the Shares Magazine website, which is sharesmagazine.co.uk, and type in the EPIC code GGP. Thank you for watching Share Spotlight.